Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome in for another Sunday stream. One second. Sorry, I was just clearing my throat. Welcome in everybody. I hope your week was good. Today we're going to be playing The Sapling. It's a cute little evolution game. I picked it up earlier this week. I've had a couple of playthroughs just to get a grasp of what's going on and try out a couple of crazy ideas. The whole point of this game is you create an entire world and watch it evolve. You can create the plants, the algae, the fungi, the animals, all the different niches of animals you can think of, all these different settings. It's like Spore meets World Box. That would be how I describe it overall. So we're going to start off with a brand new game, of course. I tried out a daily challenge. I think it's just been repeating the last couple of days. I don't think there's a schedule set on it, so we're going to go into Sandbox instead. And we're going to go with, we can either do a planet or we can do a flat map. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit more preferential to the flat maps as of late. Go with something random. Ooh. That was actually pretty good to start with. A lot of the times these maps don't have enough land for me, and messing around with the land animals has been something I wanted to do more of. Because I've gotten the chance to play around with a lot of fish. Fish are simple. But this looks very good, actually. I think we're just gonna roll with this. Got a variance, a lot of different things. Good. Yeah, this will work perfect. Let's do it. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. This is an opportunity to get in faster because it's going to be a lot of building. All right, first things first. You got to make yourselves an algae. I like to start with this kind. Now, green is very earth, and that's cool and all, but let's go with something a little bit more unique for this planet. So what we do, now that we've got algae, we're going to set it up here. Oh, just you wait. There will be plenty of algae colors in just a second. Some of them won't live because of the color of the star, and therefore the color of the light hitting the planet. But some of them will make it. But this is just our seed population. They won't last very long. Alright, there's our seed population. We go ready. Now there's just a bunch of algae in this water. I was speaking clearly for the last 3 hours, and as soon as I open stream... Yeah. Alright. So you can see them starting to bloom now, and they're starting to grow, right? There's another setting we gotta do. This is our mutation modifier. We're going to set it to a reasonable number for the algae. We don't need anything crazy, but 10% seem to be pretty good overall. And what that does is that every single generation, each and every individual algae has a chance of receiving a spontaneous mutation. For the floating algae, these little blooms and everything, the options are either changes in color or changes to another species of algae, including a species of algae that might cling to the ground. So this should spontaneously, or not spontaneously, this should, with a little bit of time, give us a bunch of different species of algae in the water for animals to eat. We need to do the same thing for plants on land now. We're not going to wait for algae to try to naturally progress onto land. That's a very intensive process time-wise. But we are going to explain how the builder works here a little bit different now. So for the land plants and animals, you get this fun little builder here. Got all our parts. We're starting with the way that the plant drops its seed. So they've got seeds transferred by wind. They've got seeds that can be eaten. They've got seeds that are harder to eat and therefore just more durable. They've got seeds that move over the water. They've got seeds that sink in the water. All these different options here. So like fruits and vegetables and all those other... Well, is a jalapeno a vegetable? Should know this. Either way, a bunch of different evolutionary options here. Because we want to make them all available, we're going with the base option for the starting species of plant. Then we are going to go over here and grab ourselves a basic plant leaf of some sort. The proto leaf, actually. Now, they do converge back here into a lot of options. So realistically, as long as you don't want these 3 options, we could be going with the branching. But I've used the branching a bunch in some of my other experimentations. So let's give them proto leaf. It'll take them longer to develop different branches. Meh. We're also going to give them a pollination organ. So there's a bunch of different options with this too. It actually allows them to even get carnivorous options so that they'd be able to eat animals and render nutrients from them. But we'll give them just the blank slate option of anything you like. You want to pollinate by wind, you want to pollinate by animal, whatever you want to do. And then we don't need any of this stuff yet. These are additives. This one at the bottom is always decor or additives, so light options or spike options. Another thing here is your roots modification. This determines what soil you can plant it in. Oh, this plant doesn't have the right color, so it doesn't have any habitat. Hold on. In the traits here, we get another option, which is plant size. We're actually going to make it medium sized so that it can evolve in either direction if it wants to. And we're going to change its hue. Purple. Oh, there's a slight... There we go. There's just a slight section of the purple frequency, almost next to ultraviolet, that'll work. So we'll do that so that we go with chat's recommendation. Make the flowers, I think I'm red. No flowers yet, but that'll be the color that started for they show up in me. But then our root options. Oh, this is a very selective habitat. That would actually be really good to start with, now that I think about it. This way it'll provide a lot more space for other plants and whatnot, so that it's not just immediately choked out by a massive field of this. So yeah, let's go with this, and then I'll show how we do forks in the gene line too. So we've got ourselves this plant. We can see where they're plantable. A little bit of a limited range, but again, that's the point of this one. I want them to just be able to compete because of the fact that they're on land. They don't need more than that. It's already a huge competitive edge over the algae. They don't need all of the land. Alright. Now we're going to give them 500 years. Where'd the plant go? They are there. Okay. Every now and again, this game has had a couple of issues with rendering. Every 2,000 years, the entire game will reload, actually, just to optimize things better. And that seems to fix a lot of the visibility problems. Like I said, it's a solo devs project, so it's impressive that we're able to get this much first place out of type of engine. Good on them. I like it. And those all died without spreading copies. Okay. Either way, they're already 100 years old. Timer in the bottom left here is just ticking down. Ticking up, whichever you want. In a moment, we'll start introducing fish. Look at that. We got ourselves some spontaneous algae mutations. See? Even a bigger variant is growing too. And those areas will become hotspots for fish and whatnot. Look at these guys springing up. They're doing great. They may have limited territory, but they're doing great with it. Oh, one of the algae has changed color. You can tell because there's 2 color types now blurred in here. Let's look at our different species options. No identified species that are different yet, though. So once a unique species branches, it'll show up in the species overview. Or in any of these trees here. We have 3 different ways of visualizing how everything works with the trees and whatnot. Alright, it's been 500 years. I wish the game didn't go gray when I paused it. Everything gets so dim. Alright. Been 500 years. I think it's time we introduce something. Something into the oceans. Anybody got any thoughts? Because a lot of my plans have blown up on me in past tests. An axolotl. Okay, I'll show you what I'm working with when it comes to the engine here. So an axolotl would be something like have a little tail on the end. Okay? Yeah. They breathe water, right? Or do they breathe air? Yeah, they breathe water? Okay. So this is your discount axolotl then. And then they're like a muted salmon, aren't they? Like that. This thing's gonna get eaten. This thing's gonna get eaten. A bit pinker. That's what I got. No need for any of that fancy stuff. More egg. Keep this simple. Okay. See food. Go towards it. And if you see potential mate, go towards it. Great. Instinct. Ultra instinct axolotl, ready to go. Also, this is what the babies will look like. Alright, so they can eat all the standard food types. They should be able to handle themselves just fine. Welcome, base of the food chain. We're just going to create a little cove of them because they will populate. Bread. Okay. Turn on mutation for animals now. We're going to crank up the mutation rate on animals, though. We'll make it 50% higher than the plants and the algae. Alright. Oh, look. They already made a new one. There they go. We should probably set up a predator. Or at least a scavenger. Because in my experience, this type of generalist will just eat until all of the food is gone. Something needs to exist to keep them in check. So here's what we'll do. Actually, that won't work. This will, though. We're going to change the color to something else. Actually, you know, we'll just change the contrast. Boom. There we go. Meat eater. Ready to rumble. We will change one thing about this guy, though. We'll make him a little bit... I'm trying to make it more difficult for him. Oh, I got this. Make it so that the egg takes longer. So that not as many can a certain period of time. I'm trying to limit their reproduction a little bit so that they stay evolutionarily in check. That's the goal. We just drop 1 or 2 in here. Drop 2 in. There you go, guys. Enjoy your new friend in the ecosystem. He's so friendly. It's really fun watching these animals just swim around, though. The animations get a little bit derpy from time to time, but it's still fun. Now, if we look at the genealogy, you can see that this one's been forked off of that one. Oh, wait. No, that's the first one. Okay. I was confuzzled. The plants aren't doing so good, though. The plants, not so good. The ones on the land are struggle bussing a little bit. Oh, carcinization. I haven't seen that many cases of carcinization. I have seen a lot of insectoid type animals, though, appear. Animals with, like, mantis claws and the water strider legs so that they can walk on the surface of the water. Yeah, even with the raised mutation rate, though, this is going to take some time for them to develop. And we won't watch all of it directly. Some of it will, oh, it's been 500 years. Let's check in. But since this is you folks' first chance at actually peering down, I wanted to show what it looks like on small scale. What does it look like on the ocean for these animals? You can also select every single animal and get information on their traits, how they're doing right now, their camouflage, and their environment. Bunch of useful stats. Do a video on the crabification. I mean, we could try to see if we could get carcinization happening. I could definitely see if it could happen. You know what's interesting to me is that this hasn't shown its mutation yet. We haven't gotten enough of those, is it that we haven't gotten enough consistent variants? Because there's definitely quite a few of these. Interesting. Maybe it's that they're all varied in color. They're all different shades of green. Just like the algae they come from. So they're not all one unified species. So there's not any number that is there's not any grouping of them that is large enough to be considered a new species. That's how we have so many algae in the water, but not a bunch on the list. Okay. Yeah, the red guys are multiplying now. Let's see how this goes. Given some time. Oh, did our scavenger die out? That doesn't look. Yeah, they did. New one. Okay, it's not surviving. We're gonna have to make mod. This needs to be adjusted. Here's the plan. There's that. The an animal. Any all of them. Yep. Because they don't have color vision eyes yet either. They all have really standard vision. We get to color and full color vision down here. A couple of other options too, like aquatic night, night vision, ultraviolet vision, underwater vision exclusively. Also, it affects your field of view. Pretty cool. We're also going to change the shading a little bit. There we go. A little bit of a lighter shade to identify species. All right. Take you and plop you down in the cove. You can see where the animals are because they've just completely cleared out any and all of the algae bloom. How about these new ones? Is the better vision going to help them? Are they going to survive better? The better vision does seem to be giving them a long enough distance to actually find the food they need. So they're surviving. They're living. And I said it too soon and now they're all dead. Darn it. Oh, we got a mutation in them. Look. We got little web feet. Oh, some of them have developed cavity eyes too. Yeah, we're getting a bunch of different eye types now. They're starting to change. Starting to change. Hey, here we go. 41 already. Cool. That's our first natural mutation in an animal. Off we go to the races. You know what, though? We're going to try one more time to introduce a balance. Ah, this one developed away all of their feet. Nice. All right, we're going to give you a better mouth. And we'll change your shading again. Since we've got effectively two pop. Oh, look. Purple algal blooms. The algae's still mutating. There's a lot of animals. Yep, there are. They got this swimming variety now. And now there's this. This thing's developed a new mouth. A very fancy one. We'll see if that branches off into its own species. But yeah. So this is where the fish variant of them is. They've got cavity eyes and ray fins. That's their mutation set. These ones... Oh, there's a couple of different mouth sets over here, too. A couple of different specializations. This one's looking pretty popular. That's a specialization closer to, plants. Good generalist. Okay. Oh, look at this one. That's a unique set of mutations. Very cool. We got a couple of unique populations over here. And then here's our OG strain, or close to it. There's a couple of OGs still swimming around here in the original wading pool. Oh, here. Hey, so we finally got an algae that's got its own distinct species. And then this one is the one we made. And then this is a new mutation. It's longer. Yeah. Oh, and it's specialized specifically for just eating algae. It only eats algae. That's going to cause it to go extinct. Good luck to them. Check on this population over here. I know they're... There we go. Oh, they've got a different tail fin. Oh, this is where our first mutation lives. That's what these are. With the spindly legs, cavity eyes, and the replaced fin. Interesting. Alright, alright. I see you, game. I see you. We looked away, and it looks like one of our species died. This one's gone. This one's gone. That one's gone. Here, we're going to get rid of extinct species. We can only see what's actually alive right now. So we've developed a lot of bluer ones. And now we're getting some new algae that are actually popping up. Interesting. Interesting. I'm very confused as to why the plants aren't mutating at all. There's all this land that they could go take, but they won't. All the food's gone. I'm gonna reintroduce some of these guys real quick. There's a lot of meat around here. No reason to let it go to waste. Oh, well, it went to waste anyways. I'm raising the mutation rate. And another thing we're going to do is we're going to make a mushroom. Just your basic starter. Ah, the bigger the cap, the lower the wind resistance, and the higher the temperature needs to changes travel. No plants here. The game says this is the only area that's got plants on the ground. Okay. Sure, game. Sure. Yep. Also, you notice how it's just slowly, the algae's just slowly creeping back across the oceans? That's because something's eating it. And by something, I mean the animals that are literally chasing it and just dying as they go. They're not even eating this food. Perfectly good food on the sea floor, guys. One of you needs to evolve meat eating. Alright. Off we go to the races. We're going to give it another 300 years, and then we're going to check in with everything and check our extinction list and everything else. We're probably going to add in some new plants at the turn of the millennium, too. You know, we should add them in beforehand so that they can generate it in properly. Let's do that. All right. Edit. The Beely. Make this different. There we go. We've made a second type of tree now. One that lives elsewhere. So we did that a little bit early so that when the game regenerates, it'll actually load in all the properly. You can see how many damn animals there. Look at this. Blip, blop. Blip, 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 as they just all go out of existence. Because they're eating themselves into a corner. You know what? You know what? Time for something new. Time for something terrifying. Something that will strike fear. I'm talking about a sea serpent. A sea serpent with underwater vision. Who exclusively feeds on meat. With electric fins. And who is big. Big. So we're also going to rate limit them by making them have to find a mate. By making it so that they have to find a mate, and so that they have to actually keep the egg for the entirety of its gestation instead of having to just drop it. They won't be able to just massively outnumber things. See, own species. That would create problems. See potential mate, go towards. See animal, go toward. Start with an initial level. Nothing. Change predict that. feel hormone fluoxetine going above, like, I don't know, that, that, and goes above this, change it to negative 100. Great. So this should just give a randomized chance here where after a certain point they will swap their sex, and that way they will never be just one option available. That would create problems. And then, yeah. We'll have this process be halted if they're already pregnant. If they're already pregante, it doesn't really matter. See food, go towards it. See animal, in that range. Hack it. Cool. Our menace of the high seas is ready to go. Isn't he terrifying? We've made a sea serpent! And hopefully it'll solve our issue. Just a few of these sea serpents should be enough to level things out, though. They're very sneaky, like snakes. Look at them go. They're eating the animals. Go! Go, sea serpents! Go! Do your thing! I'll introduce one more into this population in just a little bit. Because of their time-based sex change thing, if one is introduced at a staggered thing, or at a staggered time frame, then it will fix a lot of stuff. Yep, level reload incoming. Gonna optimize real quick. Fade in and then fade back. Fade out and fade back. Look at all these cute little mutations we're getting, though. Once the fade back happens. There it is. There it is. Now we just wait. And it comes back. Great. Alright. Alright. It's been long enough. We're going to introduce one quick. Check on all. One here. Over here. And we'll put one. Great. Should be enough. Alright. So now let's check on our genealogy. So we were already familiar with these guys. Hey, one of these guys is still kicking around. Nice. Very nice. Couple of mutations on the fish. Yeah, more mutations on the fish and a bunch of different algae types. Different bottom connection points and different color sets. Interesting. These guys are being predated on by the OGs 50% of the time. Which is funny since they're two species forked from it. Okay. They're like cousins. More fish variants. Oh, there's our mushroom introduction right there, actually. There's our new tree. It's thriving. What's this one's family tree look? Oh, it was just a direct mutation, huh? Wow. A lot of moves to make in one. Okay, okay. Yeah, our predator type is its own species. So if you open it up, its own family. Interesting. That's bug. Alright. Back we go. Where did our sea monsters? There are our sea monsters. I think I just watched one of them use their electric fins in an attack. That's pretty good. That's pretty great. Oh, we've got another scavenger, huh? No, that's not a... What? Interesting. I think that cover was wrong. Well, the sea monsters are doing great. And they're keeping the population in check so the algae isn't dying out. That's awesome. Maybe this will actually encourage them to get off or get onto the land. Get out of the water. Get on the land. But a problem I've had multiple times. I've tried to encourage them to get out of the water and onto the land. Oh no, they're multiplying too fast. This is a problem. They are now multiplying too fast. They are, oh no. That was really quick. It only took 400 years and they've completely... Oh no. So the time it takes for them to reproduce is not long enough. It needs to cost more energy to make one of them for this to be, yeah, for this to be viable. Because look at this. Look at this. Oh no. We've created an ocean full of sea serpents. Well, you know what? I guess they kind of deserved it. The little bug creatures tried to outchase the algae, and now the they were trying to chase the green thing, and little did they know that a green sea monster was coming up and sneaking up on them. This is the butterfly. Also sloppy craftsman work when it comes to genealogy. Thinking that you can just directly add in a species into an ecosystem and it won't have any impact. Who does that? Sounds insane. Because then this happens. What is this even? We just created an ocean full of worms. Well, let's check on the land, shall we? It's greener. Well, it has more plant life on it, not necessarily green. Ooh, we're getting to the framiness. Things are getting weird. There we go. No! I think it's angry because I loaded so much. We're gonna go slower and be nicer. Come on, game. Oh, it was auto-saving too. That would do it. The OG species is still just clinging on over here. What's really funny is there's a species that I think forked off of the OG species. Yeah, these guys were the single forks. Oh no, the sea serpents have found them. The sea serpents have found them. When is one of them gonna mutate to be even grander? When are we gonna end up with whale-sized sea serpents? Huh? Huh, game? Well, the ocean ain't dead over here. Definitely. Oh, wait. It's already bounced back? Hey, they're finding equilibrium. I didn't expect equilibrium to be like 80 sea serpents. 8 million. How many are there? How many are there? Way too many. How many are there? There are 1,500 sea serpents. In comparison, there's like 2,000 of the smaller guys in their varying quantities. So it's almost 1-to-1 right now. I did not expect that. There's still only 3 mushrooms. You know what? I'm going to introduce you areas where plants have died so that you might thrive. Oh my. We're going to zoom in on a section and reduce the amount that we're actually here. Because there's so many things going on. Look at this. Oh, this one's developed an obligate herbivore mouth. This legged variety is trying to be an herbivore. Interesting. They're trying to move away from the eating everything plan, huh? I wonder how much of the species is dedicated to that. Oh, look, this one to the left has striping patterns on it. They're all still the same speed. Tortilla. Not yet. Yeah, it's getting framey even when we have a reduced view on things. I do like this eyeball guy over here, though. That guy right there, that's an interesting one. I can just get lost watching them for a couple of minutes sometimes. Entertaining. You just let them roll, let them rock. See what they got. The answer is more fish. It's always going to be more fish. I want to see, have they forked yet? Lots of algae variants. They're really trying to hide. They're mutating very rapidly because they're trying to get away. We now have 2,400 of the Didaris alive. Ah, there we go. Now the mushrooms are growing. So before this all crashes and burns, let's try again. Let's try again. New species. From scratch. We're going to make something that hunts only the sea serpents. I've got a plan, chat. You're going to... So they're sea serpents, right? Let's have them get hunted by Nessie. The sword knows Nessie. Oh, that's horrifying. I love it. Perfect. Perfect. Thanks. I hate it. Yeah, that's the point. Chin antlers? Yeah, gotta have chin antlers, right? Alright, if you see an animal that is within the range of green, go kill it. Any secondary color, don't care. Any saturation level, don't care. Just gotta hunt things that are that, okay? Attack them. You see potential mate. Go towards them. If you hear any kind of sound, go towards it. Go investigate that stuff. Feel time to mate. Can't use a call because your mouth isn't capable. That's fine. Feel pain. Attack. See food. Go eat that. Great. Okay, so we have to make the coloration of this creature specifically so that it won't attack itself. I'm gonna make it giant. This is Nessie, our solution to the sea monster. To solve the problem even better, your problem, Nessie. Why don't you have any potential habitat, huh? There we go. Yeah, this is Nessie. Don't do your girl Nessie like that. Sorry. This is our Nessie now. Well, you know what? We're gonna give her some armor too. Real big shell. Small shell. That's big. Okay, yes. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. This is our potential new predator. We introduce. Meant to only eat one thing. Probably do more than that, but it's meant to only solve one thing. Meant to eat sea monsters. Sea monster consumption, go! You know what? We'll just set down 3 and that'll be enough. Let's watch them. I said I wanted to play around more with land animals today, and we haven't even gotten to the land yet. Don't worry about it. We're dealing with a sea monster crisis. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh, we've already got one that's evolved to a color that's outside of their range. I'm not surprised. This is a horrifying threat because they're targeting the greens. They're targeting the greens and they're winning. It's a fish eat fish world out there. And these things have some crazy good attack stats because I went dumb with it. Here's our reload. As it does. All right. How are they faring? Pretty good. Definitely not perfect, but pretty darn good. Started with 3, got 20 now. A natural equilibrium will be found. As these little monsters go around, start trying to create competition for meat eaters. They seem to be winning. One thing I haven't figured out or haven't seen yet, I don't know whether it's because I haven't reached a certain precondition yet or because it doesn't exist in the game or not yet, is I wish there was ways to make hormones lead them certain places, like migration patterns. I wish it was possible to like set up a migration pattern so the sea monsters could be made to do a big circle around the map every year in game or every 5 years in game or whatever, right? Just a sequential thing that could be timed out. Because I would love to see animals naturally evolve to be like, all right, every 4th year we go inland, we flee onto the land, and then we return after that. Or, for example, when their hormone for egg reaches a certain point, they then go to the land and lay it, and then return to the water. Or vice versa. When they're on the land, they return to the water, lay egg, and then go back to the land, like the ancestors of life on Earth did. Don't know how to induce that, but it would be really cool to see it. We gotten any actual force of the sea monsters? I know we've seen a lot of like possibility. Check. What's their family tree like? Nothing. This is the newest mutation. It happened in the bottom of the tree. Interesting. All right. Let them munch. Let them eat cake. I want to see now if this is actually at equilibrium, so we're gonna let it go for another couple thousand years. We'll just watch from on high and see how it goes. We've got 3 different species. Don't share common ancestors. There should be a lot here to work with when it comes to... Oh, did we lose? No way, we just lost all of them. Just we don't... That's area rendered in. Yep, there they are. It's just that the ones we did have rendered in all died. Re-render new. Look at it go. Look at the Botteron doing its thing. Fighting the animals, winning the wars. I don't know what this 2-legged idiot is, but it's pretty interesting. Pretty goofy looking. The Vaticarus. Why does this one have advanced legs? It doesn't go on land. Oh, we got a new color of the Nessie species, which might be problematic. I think it's getting into fights with its own... Yeah, it's getting in fights because of its coloration. Yep. Its coloration is too close to that of the enemy. Because their genes say if you see an animal that's got, greenish, yellowish hue to it, it's probably Probably a sea serpent. Go get it. I assume that yellow is just a little bit too close to the green scope and it's instinct. Oh, this guy's got a mouth that he can yell with, huh? These little crawlers are taking over the world. Damn. Is it because they're just cheap and fast? They're like bugs. They're like bugs. Look at them go, though. This is what's taking over the niche. Oh, yeah, this was naturally going to happen when I think about it. So there's a bunch of free space being made in the ecological niche by the elimination of all the sea serpents, right? There's a bunch of excess food. And these things are filling that need. Now there needs to be a specialized predator that shows up and hunts them. Interesting. At least they're still leaving food behind. Let's check our numbers now. Check our numbers. I am curious. Got really slow there. Okay, we're okay. So sea serpents are down for the first time. Not by a lot, but they're down by 300. The Batarons have 87 of them alive, so they're keeping their population in check. They're not going crazy mode. This seems all good. Enjoy your ecological niche, Vaticurus. You were the smart ones. What's your genealogy? Where did you come from? Information. Seafood, go towards it. If you see a potential mate, go towards it. Hey, welcome in, Haps. Oh, so this is one of the OGs. This is one of the OGs, and it's just a mutation we're looking at with the twin legs. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Well, if these guys keep going at this rate, I am going to grant... If they get their own genealogy tree, I'm going to give them a fork. At this point, they should have the numbers for it, I'd say. They should get their own numbers shortly, because they're doing great. Yeah, they must have had their explosion recently. Yeah, keep on going, little guys. If you stabilize out into a general population, I'm going to give you a fork, and you're going to be the first species to walk on land. Because you are succeeding. You even are thriving, arguably. Yeah, this is no longer sea serpent territory. This area is exclusively Botarus territory. Channel here. Any sea serpents that try to get in here get eliminated. Obliterated. Oh, one of the Botaruses managed to get themselves some crawly legs. That's an interesting set of color scheme. Look at that. Those are some unique mutations considering what we started with. Now we got some mutating so that they can crawl across the top of the water. Huh? Water bug style. Ooh, the game is not liking this, but we're coming up on the next reload, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Hey, look at that guy. He just took some steps on the land. Good for him. Smart little fella. And since we got the mushrooms, even if the meat gets dropped on land, those nutrients are just going to be recycled back in. So plants will eventually be able to take those nutrients back. It's all one big circle of life. There we go. Level reloading coming. This decreases memory usage. Yep. It also increases game stability. Yay! Come on. You can do it. Yeah, my one big thing about this game is that it definitely needs optimizing. Definitely needs optimizing. Because it does this. Come on now. I believe in you. Oh, it's really thinking hard now. See here. It's thinking. Task man. There we go. Just threatening it got it to behave. We got these water skimmer types now. That's interesting. We got these unique colors too. Ooh, Vaticaris is also getting unique coloration. They're going more blue. I'm assuming this is also because anytime they tried to go green, they immediately got slammed by our Nessies. Alright, let's look here. Anybody managed to get their own fork yet? Gotta get rid of the extinct ones from a lot longer. Where are you? Hmm. new distinct OG species over here, huh? You know what then? You see a light in the dark, go away from it. That's an interesting evolution to have. What caused them to do that? I don't know of any species we have that glows, so what scared them into doing that is a beneficial evolutionary trait. Interesting. Alright, either way, you're being forced onto land. Sorry, it's just how it works. You got legs already, so we're going to fork you. Not what I wanted to do. Not the command. A new evolutionary tree off of your species. Congratulations. So, first of all, you're giant. Why are you giant? Interesting. Everything's been evolving towards gigantism, and I didn't even notice. So, here's the deal. Yup. You get one more vertebra, too. Congratulations. I can't have you looking that stupid. I'll give you 2 more vertebra. Oh, no. Well, I've completely screwed this up. That not good. Yeah, that was not good. That doesn't look healthy. No. No, it wasn't. Alright, let's try that again. But not do that again. Alright, traits. Vertical. Congratulations. Now stand upright. Make you a little taller. Move this orb. Don't look that stupid. Why? Why, game? There we go. Move mouth up. Eyes up. Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a living organism. Yep. Look at him. Look at him. Great. The only other evolution we're giving him is a warmth-retaining hard shell. Oh, wait. That mouth. That mouth needs... Yeah, it's an aquatic pointy teeth. Then we're going to give you primitive air breather. Look at this little idiot. He's so ready to go. I'm just giving him a little push evolutionarily. You know, you don't have to see for 8 million. Discount Machop. Pretty much. And then we'll let him live in this forest here. Oh, they're huge. They're just gigantic. And they're probably going to kill all of the trees. I just realized they're going to kill off this entire crop so fast because of how big they are. They're making so many... What the hell? This might not have been the best choice for this location. But you know what? The game is afoot. The game is afoot. If it doesn't work out well, we'll just branch the species and make a smaller version that isn't crazy sized like this. On the bright side, there are mushrooms. Yeah, there are. So the mushrooms will return the meat to the soil, and the soil will get new nutrients, and the nutrients will go back into the plants, and it can continue ad infinitum if it's done right. So the grass spreads around the plants. The plants are what determine that little grass graphic. If there's enough grass or enough plant life there, the grass will grow there. Right now, the plants are limited based on the regions where they can grow. I'm hoping that by having something eat them and compete with them, they'll be more incentivized to actually grow outside of their natural area. They'll eventually have to evolve because they need to take over the new territory, stay competitive. Giant vertical lizard bug creatures that are trying to eat them right now. Yeah, so they're limited in range. Yeah, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, though. He's discount my shop to me. Yeah, discount my shop is not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, though. They're at least finding some equilibrium with their ecosystem, you know? They're not just eating all the trees and then dying out in 3 generations. That's pretty neat. Speaking of which, while this has been happening, what's been happening in the oceans? Oh, there's a lot of death in the ocean. Wait. Nah, the oceans are fine. The oceans are fine. Lots of life. Doing good. Alright, back to our friends on land. Our first walkers. Hello. You care to do anything more interesting? No, they just want to have a nap. Wait, the timer in the bottom corner is stuck. Yeah, time doesn't seem to be moving anymore. We're going to try to reload real quick. Is that strange? Time's moving again. Hooray. Go on, my little walkie guys. Take over the land. They're not really taking over the land, but hey, equilibrium. I'll take it, honestly. Let them cook. Yeah, sure. Oh my god. I just got the scale for this. These things are huge. Like the Cambrian explosion down there. Damn. I like how some of the sea monsters are still hiding out. They've been thinned. They've been aggressively thinned. Alright, you know what? You know what? Too calm. Too calm. And this is just too much down here. Alright, we're gonna deal with it. Blammo. All of those animals are not there anymore. Pretty sure. They actually just... I thought that does damage to them. It might be the sheer number of animals. They don't seem to be registering that the floor is broken. So weird. Never seen this bug happen before with a meteorite. Also, the water striders are getting so numerous. Fucking. Alright, we're gonna give them a fighting chance, though. And by that I mean all the algae just died. Oh! A tiny portion of it didn't. First time I've seen that happen. We're just giving them a fighting chance by just giving a little bit. That algae survives long enough to produce. Then the oceans might not completely starve to death. This is all dead, though. Damn. Our walkers are gone because their food died. Did we knock out all of the food on the land? Nope. Okay. These guys, OGs, survive. The OGs barely survived, but they did survive. Gonna put some mushrooms in there. Make sure that cycled good. And you know what? We're gonna go with reintroduction. Actually, edit. A reintroduction, but we're making it tiny. You don't get to be gigantic anymore. We're gonna make you like small. Small little guy. Discount Machamp mini version. And this will work out even better because half of the territory isn't livable for them, but the food's over there. Hopefully this will give us something more interesting. Let them go forth. While the oceans slowly die from their lack of algae. It's about to get real competitive out there, okay? It's about to get real competitive for everybody in the ocean. Because there's no algae. Ooh. This one's looking spiffy. Wonder if that'll lend him to any benefits, though. Discount Machop mini version is pretty good, though, I gotta say. Actually, do I have the game audio set too low? Very calming little music. Let's see here. There we go. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Too loud now. I'm gonna be picky about it. There we go. Alrighty, this should make things better for y'all. Sorry about that. Oh, we got a red one. Look at him. Yeah, even if they try to eat all these trees down, they won't be able to get to the ones up at the top of the mountain. So there should be a seed population, pun intended, of the trees always available. But it seems like the trees are keeping up with the tiny ones a lot better. I'm just hoping that this will cause competition. Come on, fight! Fight, 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 fight. Also, the mushrooms haven't been mutating because I didn't tell them to. Fight, 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 fight. Wait, is there a new... There's a new species. Look. Look at these little guys. What are these? Wait, no, that's not a new species. What am I seeing? Is it just the mini ones? Wait, no, that is. What are those legs? Interesting. Okay, okay. See what you got. Let's see what you got, fast guys. Now, when are one of you going to independently evolve hands? That's my question. Come on, evolve hands. I'm also amazed at the lack of mutation from the plant. Everything gets pushed up to 15%. They gotta get them hands. You get it, Habs. They gotta get them hands. Where are the hands? We're at 8 millennia, nearly 9. The 9th millennia is right now. Where are the hands? Let's check on the oceans, actually. How are the oceans doing? So the answer, not so good. Wait, was that an algae? It's a single algae. There's like 2 algae there. A couple of animals managed to survive the hellscape. I'm gonna give them a chance. Hold on. We must be forgiving. I want the reintroduce button work now. Fine. We add in the primordial algae. There's a couple of them managed to survive. Like 2 clusters of algae in total. Flag. What about this pass here, huh? Oh. A couple algae managed to survive in there. There's this guy up here. Don't know what's up with him. What the hell? Okay. These guys managed to survive just fine. I was worried about nothing. Look at this ocean. It's full of one monoculture species. Oh wait, no, there's 2. I'm sorry, what? If you see a plant attack, if you see a plant change sex, this thing is just running around with those instincts are okay. Okay. Sure, bud. That ain't. If you see a potential mate, go towards it. If you see food, go towards it. See, those make sense as instincts. Oh, I see what's happening here. That's a computer thing. So it's just found something that it can just toggle back and forth over and over and over and over again. That's what it's doing. I think it's essentially trying a way to effectively bypass gender by just rapid toggling between the 2 of them, and if both of them are rapid toggling, then statistically, especially since they're both random toggles, you don't know when they're gonna see a plant next and change. But because they're both random signals, they'll eventually end up capable of doing the deed. Interesting. Few eggs left over. And it's to survive the travesty. Little. But hey, that was the point. We needed things to calm down. And look at how much more stable things are now. Ooh, they're starting to traipse in. They've managed to develop. If you see your own species, cry. If you see a light, okay, so they got a new species or a new adaptation too. This is a fork. Okay, let's evolve them real quick into their own Worst enemy. Let us create their own worst enemy. Oh, we only have 3 pages of living species now. That's pretty whack. We are getting some plant evolutions, though. Look at that. 2 new plant evolutions. Where is this? That is not what that looks like in the thing. I think we're experiencing a bug. That's fine. Zanla. Okay, we're gonna have to fork off this one because the other one's weird and wrong. And now it's weird and wrong too. Great. What happens when we go into the editor for this? Game. Get weird on me. Okay, good. Alright, so taking away the tail. No more tail. In exchange for losing the tail, we'll give you a better mouth. Something even greater than... Look at that. Look at how great that looks. Changing their colors. Set it up with a basic command of, you know, go screw up any animals you go see. See an animal, attack it. Cool. Then... oh, that's terrible. I love it. Look at this monster. Perfect. All right. This is their new mortal enemy. And they better be able to hide from this guy because he's coming. Oop. Go feast, purple one. Where'd the purple one go? Immediately disappeared. Rude. We didn't even get to see it go. It just fall started and just stopped right then and there. Okay, we're reloading the game real quick because it seems to be having some issues. He needs a tissue. We'll be right back. We'll be right back after these messages. Sup. Messages concluded. Alrighty, relaunching. Alright. I turned on the graphics quality, even though... What graphics quality? So we'll see how that goes. The music is nice, though. And from what I understand, it was composed by the creator. So, good on him. Very cool. Ooh, the world's angry as it loads. Hands off. I'm gonna wait a sec. I'm gonna let it think. My commands are really delayed right now, so hands off the keyboard. We're gonna wait a sec. Let her think. Is what you're seeing right now? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. Not even 1 FPS. Come on, buddy. Why is there so much rain? Why did I just get flashbang? What's going on? Why is the screen just pitch white? We're gonna stop the timescale. Maybe that's the problem. It might be trying to render timescale 3. Stop that. Stop that. Knock it off. Take me to a different visual. This is hard on the eyes. There we go. Thank you. Gonna give it a sec to figure itself out now. It has not figured itself out. What is this? Game! I've never seen you act this way before. You're not even maxing out any of my hardware. What is causing you to behave this? And it's gone. Back. Okay. Causing you to behave this way. It was running smoother before we tried to restart it. Also, this is so bright it hurts the eyes. You know what? We're going back to the settings change. We're going back to better graphics. Hold on a sec. Because this is crazy. The only thing I changed here. Stopping the program. Starting the game. Start on Fantastic. Run on Fantastic. When you turn down the graphics setting, you wouldn't expect it to reduce your frame. Alright. Away we go. Again. You can do this game. Want to see the discount Machops get attacked. They deserve it. Otherwise, they'll just eat the food until there's no food left anymore. What's gonna happen? Okay. Not getting flashbang right now. Progress, progress. That orb, by the way, is showing up on my mouse. I'm gonna try and move the camera from it right. Move. There we go. Why does it keep snapping back? And we're back to a white screen again. Okay. Well, this is crazy. I'm gonna try something real quick. Could you please drop down menu? That would be sick. Could you just like finish moving so I could click the buttons? Infernal rain or infinite rain noise. Okay. Let's try something. See what I mean about not having any actual ground? Why is it giving me all ocean? Game, could you give me one that's like all land? Screw it, I'm making my own. Something like that. Works for me. With some volcanoes for extra flavor. Oh no, I made the ground too low. Well, we restart then. That ain't gonna work. There we go. That got us something more workable, faster. And this one shouldn't be under the water this time. Progress. Alright. So we're going to do the same seeds we did last time. So some algae. Going to be red algae because they're frequently available. They're going to turn on mutations for everything. You know what? Let's just make it go crazy. 20% for all. Great. We've already got our algae set up and they'll populate the ocean. Need to make our basic tree type. They'll populate the land. Big plant. Mushroom time. We introduce some mushroom varieties to keep the soil cycled. Great. Now it's time for the fun part, the animals. We're going to create 2 varieties. Wider. Wide. Then we'll make them start. Give them basic leg. Then we give them finger. simple eyes that they can figure out what to do. The generic air breather mouth. Look at this dum-dum. He's so ready to walk on land. If you see food, go toward. See potential mate, go towards them. Feel pain, go away. And if you feel tired, go away. Right. Oh yeah, we gotta give them an egg that's viable too. Well, actually, this egg is viable on land. Give them the simplest of simple ears. It's kind of like E.T. I mean, sure. Sure. E.T. phone home? We're gonna make an adjustment to this one real quick too. I want there to be more food available. So we're gonna make a smaller variant that has snacks on it. But this one's gonna be harder to eat the actual plant. Oceans have no algae in them? Where did all the algae we introduced go? Will not survive here. Oh. My bad. Wrong variant for this map. There we go. Let the sea flourish too. And then for the sea, we're going to give them something to work with as well. I call it mouth with eyes. That's it. No logic, no coloration, no smarts, no evolutionary adaptations, just mouth with eyes. What we got? It actually might be a little bit too large to be. It's like, you know, small, whatever. Let them all swim around stupid. Yep, just massive amounts of multiplication. Great. Where did our bipeds go? Did they all starve? I think all our bipeds. Bipeds, go forth. The world is your oyster. Eat it. They don't seem to be making more. What's wrong with them? What's wrong with you? Alright, let's try that as a variant. Change them so that we can tell that they're a different version. Great. Alright, what about you? What the hell is that? Interesting. They've developed new legs, it seems. They seem a little bit more successful like this. This appears workable. Go extinct, little guys. That's a visual bug. They are gone. Damn. Just making Pokemon evolutions now? I don't know about that. Alright, let's see about this. Is this guy big enough now that he'll be able to eat? The greater variant. The taller variant. Will this fix the problems? Was that they were too small? Was it that they were too small? The trees were too big? Poor babies. Oh, this guy developed wings! gliders, but still wings. Damn, that's cool. The fish are doing all right. That's nice, at least. You know what? We're gonna create something new. What we're doing is we're creating a food plant. Wrong size. Want to make it smaller. Works for me. Smallest size plant. So it should just be right on the ground. Lots of food available. Benefits from animals. Oh, is this actually a grass that you can like place onto tiles? Interesting. I'm learning now. So is this grass food then? Good luck to both of you. I'm letting the clock run now for a while. Whoever wins, wins. They all died out. Great. What about you guys? You come yet? They're all gone too. Damn. That was fast. Animals just really don't like being on land. And then I see these guys over here just choosing to get up on land. How's it going, eels? I like how the tube with a mouth is doing great. Thriving in this ecosystem. Legs? What do I need those for? Fins? Nah. When they die on land, they just die on land. Oh, we got a mutation on the grass, though. Now it's growing everywhere. Nice. Alright, there we go. I'm amazed the fish haven't eaten themselves into extinction. But they will. They will. They will get there. Ooh, this one's specializing towards meats though, so maybe they won't. They've got a species in here that's already a predator on its own. Interesting. Let's go check on that one. Well, that wasn't helpful. Hey, they've developed a basic instinct. If you see food, go towards it. That's right. That is what you're supposed to develop. Good job. You did it. Good job. That's what you're supposed to develop for. Ooh, this guy's got eyes and a mouth. And the meat eater's gone. And he was the only one who had instinct. Wow. Instinct doesn't get you everywhere. The only entity on the entire map that had a level of sentience good enough, a brain large enough to actually take a simple directive. And he just went extinct. Why no zoom? There we go. Alright, time to make a new animal then. Screw all this nonsense. We're going simple. Alright, simple. It's got legs, it's got a mouth, it's got eyes. Little guy who might just survive. Who knows? The simplest four-legged creature. A hippo? Looks like a hippo to you? Fair enough, fair enough. I do have like an actual hippo mouth that you could put on these creatures though. This is just the generalist. The hippo's mouth is a sort of generalist, but it has different perks. But hey, they're not dying out instantly, so that's progress. First rollover. We're getting a lot of variances on color between generations, though. A lot of variances on color. Yeah, not dying. They're doing what they meant to do. Live long enough to create egg. Are they taking damage? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, they're taking damage. I'm assuming from the tree? I don't know why it keeps on zooming us out when we do. I'm assuming they're taking damage from the tree. I'm not sure. Range. This guy's going for a swim. Let's check on our current alive species. We got 3 different kinds of fish. Yep, another meat eater showed up to fill the niche. Okay, I'm actually going to try and create a new niche right now. We're going to take our buddy here and we're going to make a few adjustments to him. Make him kind of a specialist. Not too bad. So adhesive foot pads will allow them to climb, but they're kind of a dead end evolutionarily, so they're not going to allow for much benefit in the long term. But that's because we're going to couple it with this. Primitive proboscis. We're going to take the eyes off. We're going to give something generic wide color. There we go. Oh, it couldn't walk because it was too big. Fat rat frog. There we go. Now it can walk and it can climb. Great. So the point of this little guy is that he is going to go up into the flowers. Eat them. Our plants have flowers on them. Guys should be able to get nectar from them without hurting them. That's what we're going to try out with them in here. Oh, look at that. An eye mutation popped up. Better set of eyes with the curvins, huh? Our nectar eaters have gone extinct. Unfortunate. I was hoping that niche would work. Try reintroducing. And now I can't zoom in. There we go. Well, that's not what that one's supposed to look like. That one's supposed to be red. Are these all Valia? Let's look here. No, they're all Obas. Okay. Because for some reason, mousing over them doesn't tell me. These guys are doing great, though. By reintroducing these, too. Nope. Being outcompeted by smaller, better plants, I guess. Then again, a lot of these trees aren't popping back up. Oh, hey, look at that. These guys are doing alright, though. Yeah, go, go, go. Yeah, do that. Yes. Try reintroducing these guys again. I just want that to work. And these guys might be the perfect complement to them. Considering the fact that they eat both the fruits and the nectar. And this thing is all fruits and nectar. So it might be the perfect use case. These guys are actually doing pretty alright, though. Going through their life cycle, popping back up again, getting wider and wider areas of control as they go. Oh, they're managing to choke these trees out even. Nice. All of our guys are gone from over here now. It's got fish again. This is what I mean. Land animals are difficult. They're tricky. You try to just plop one down? Nope. You try to set up an ecosystem? Nope. Try to make the ecosystem go to the land? Nope. At this point, I'm considering doing research and looking up, well, what actually caused animals to move to land initially? What was all of the conditions? And then trying to replicate all of them. Because I assume it's like a myriad of conditions, right? Competition in the water, the availability of food on land. I mean, those are the basic ones. There's got to be something else I'm missing. Or is it just that I'm not letting it go long enough for the competition to take place in the oceans for them to be forced up onto the land? I don't know. But I'd like to. So, probably gonna have to play around with this even more. I will report back with my findings, though, probably in an edited video. Some of the things I want to try are probably going to take like 30 plus hours of game. It is a real cute little game, though. Even with its bits and bugs, it's a cute little game. Oh my god, what is that? Do you want to see that? There was something at the bottom of the screen that mutated in that was crazy. It had 3 sets of legs. I mean, more legs is more gooder, right? Here we go. The reload actually gave us a lot more visibility. Yeah, they're doing good. This plant and them are kind of a match made. Great. That one was huge. That was a mutation, that's for sure. Oh, another one. Look. You got a snout. Got a snout and is blue. Oh, they're getting bigger though, I think. I think they're definitely mutating towards the bigger side of things because they have no competition, so slurping up more energy is beneficial to them. Because there's plenty of food. Oh yeah, they're getting bigger. They're mutating to be huge. They were tiny little lizard creatures, and now they're like... about as big as a horse. Nice. Nice. Definitely seems like a plan. I don't know if it's the plan, but it is a plan. Good for them, I guess. Something mighty strange. Check our evolutions. What do we got on the field right now? So we've got the OGs, the Obas, the mushrooms, the original algae, and the original fish is still kicking around. Then we've got some of the plants that have mutated off. And then we've got a new fish. Good night, Haps. Thanks for joining in. And we've got the predator fish that maintains the fish population. We've got two different variants of our snouted guy. Yeah, not many living species right now. This one just came in with... he's just sliced in half. It's just half of a guy. Evolution. I mean, if it's more cost effective to do it that way, if it saves you a bunch of energy to not have the second set of legs and you don't need them. And it looks like they're actually slowly taking hold. A couple of them are taking place, but they might not last too long. Yeah, that looks like that was the end of them. There was only 3 of them, and one of them went out to the ocean, so... oh, wait, no, we got a green variant over here that's similar. There's still some over on this side that I didn't notice at first. Look at them just doing their thing, though. And yeah, these ones that have a reduced leg are definitely winning the competition right now. They cost less energy to produce, so they're out competing their old generation. Let's see here. Hasn't forked yet, but it will. It'll fork at this rate. There's just not enough distinct ones that are close to each other enough to actually be identified as a species yet. Give it a generation or 2 more. What is this? Those are some eyes. Those are some eyes. Oh, the genes continue, huh? Interesting choice, computer. Interesting choice. Oh, they've developed the ability to do calls. Yeah, the 2-leggeds have completely taken over the island, though, it looks like. Are they recognized as their own distinct species yet? Nope. Interesting. So, the computer thinks it's extinct, but it's definitely not extinct. It might be convergent evolution, though, where two different groups split, and they just did it at a similar time, so it looked like it was one. When in reality, these guys haven't been around that long. But they have new eyes and all that, so I don't see why... I think this also has to do with the mutagen modifier. Because it's so high, it's harder for the game to identify individual species. Oh, this one's winning now. 63 of these new fish. And the predators are going up too. Interesting, interesting. Alright. I see you, game. Yeah, these guys are developing calls. If you see food, cry. Not a useful call, but hey. See an animal, attack. Great plan. You see an animal, attack. I wonder what conditions are for that, because otherwise they'd be attacking each other right now, and they're not, so obviously there's more conditions, or maybe there's a color range associated to that, which is why the blue ones are all gone. They evolved to hate the color of the water. They just flat out refused. Alright, well, I think we're probably going to end up wrapping here for the day. If y'all enjoyed, right down below is the like and the subscribe button right next to each other. It tells YouTube that as a small channel, we're doing some good things over here. I'll be back next Sunday with another stream. That one will most likely be voted on. We ended up missing the vote this week. Apologies to y'all. Tomorrow, Monday, new video out on Friday as well. I hope you all both enjoy, or I hope you enjoy all both of those. And I hope you have a great week. We will be back next week. Later!